The rain, long after clouds had gone, its quiet scent rose slowly from weathered wooden walls. The stones beneath my feet still carried cooling water. Moonlight never hurried across their silver skin. A paper lantern trembled, though nothing stirred the air. The night was full of breathing, too gentle to be seen. From somewhere down the lane, a kettle softly sang, then folded back into silence like steam against the dark. Some memories have no picture, only a fragrance returning when the world grows still. Before the cedar forgot the rain, the night remembered everything, not with words, not with echoes, but with the quiet warmth left behind in wood and wind. My sleeve brush dampened cedar, cool against my hand. The grain beneath my fingers felt older than the moon. A single drop fell gently from the temple roof, breaking one small circle upon the waiting stone. If I ever miss this night, it won't be the streets or even the falling leaves. It will be the scent of rain still living inside cedar. Before the cedar forgot the rain, I finally understood. Some places stay with us, not because we remember them, but because they remember us. The rain is gone, the cedar knows. I close my eyes. Kyoto is still here. The lanterns dimmed one by one along the narrow street. No one called the evening back. It knew where it belonged. The river kept reflecting stars without trying to hold them. Even the smallest ripple trusted where it would go. The wooden gate was half asleep, its shadow crossed the stone. Someone placed their shoes in line, then quietly stepped inside. I paused beneath the maple tree, not searching anymore. The night had already given me more than I could name. Perhaps home was never waiting at the end of the road. I found home in the quiet between one breath and the next. Not in a place, not in a person, but trees that never chase the wind. I found home in the quiet where nothing needed fixing. The night didn't change me, it simply waited until I became still enough to hear myself. The street grows empty, the lantern fades, the footsteps continue. This time they sound like home. Morning poured another cup. The steam rose without haste. Sunlight crossed the wooden floor as though it knew the way. The maple by the window held only empty branches. Still they welcomed every breeze as if nothing had been lost. The kettle hummed so quietly, it almost sounded like rain. A small bird found the garden wall, then greeted the waking day. The chair beside the table needed no one to explain why peace can fill a room before a single word is spoken. The seasons never promised to remain, only to return in another form. Morning poured another cup, and I no longer counted yesterday. The warmth within my hands was enough. The light upon the table was enough. This ordinary morning was enough. The window welcomed daylight, the way old friends arrive. No fanfare and no farewell, only quiet understanding. The leaves had finished falling, winter waited far away. Between them lived this morning, gentle, clear, complete. If someone should ask what Kyoto gave to me, I would answer nothing. I simply learned to notice everything. Morning poured another cup. The steam disappeared into light, not because the story ended, but because another day had already begun. The heart needed nothing more. The tea has grown warm. The window is open. The city is awake. Thank you for walking this far was left open, where the light came to rest. A single jingle leaf held the place instead. No note beside the page, no name upon the cover. Only afternoon breathing through the room. Dust turned in the sunlight like quiet thoughts unseen. The chair across from mine faced the window still. The tea had lost its warmth without asking why. Even time seemed careful not to close the page. Some stories remain because no one finished them. The book left open asked for nothing more. Every unwritten ending made the silence whole. Perhaps what stays with us isn't what we read, but the gentle space between one page and the next. Outside, a bicycle passed without a sound. Its shadow crossed the floor, then quietly was gone. A breeze turned one more page. No hands reached to stop it, as though the autumn wind had chosen where to read. I used to think every story needed an ending. Now I wonder if some pages are beautiful because they remain open. The book left open never asked to close. Its quiet conversation still lingers in the woods. Some people leave us words, others leave us ways to notice light falling gently across an unfinished page. The window remains open, the page remains open. Outside, another leaf turns inside. So do I. The river kept moving without looking behind. The bridge held every footstep without keeping a name. Evening gathered slowly between the wooden rails. The water carried colors no hand could ever hold. A kingfisher crossed the stream, then vanished into reeds. Nothing tried to follow, nothing wished to stay. The mountains watched in silence, as they always have, patient as old cedar, listening to the wind. sea. A child laughed in the distance, then the sound became the breeze. The ripples held it gently before letting it go. My hand touched weathered cedar, smooth from countless years. Time had polished kindness into every grain. I thought I came here to see Kyoto. Perhaps Kyoto was quietly seeing me. The bridge that never rest needed no reply. Every crossing left behind a lighter heart than the one that first arrived. The river keeps flowing, the bridge keeps waiting, and somewhere between them I become a little quieter. A line of quiet gold crossed the porcelain white, not hiding what had broken, only holding it with light. The tea still carried warmth, the hand still knew its shape. Nothing asked the morning to become yesterday. The owner rinsed it slowly, as though greeting an old friend. Each careful little movement needed nothing to explain. Outside, the evening settled on the narrow stone lane. Inside, the kettle whispered like familiar rain. Some things are healed without pretending. They were never hurt. The crack in the teacup caught the lantern's glow, not despite the fracture, because of where it showed. What remains with kindness needs no perfect form. Even broken circles can still keep us warm. Another cup stood waiting, newer, smooth, untouched. Yet every evening ended with the older one in hand. The maple at the doorway had lost almost half its leaves. Still the branches welcomed every passing breeze. If time leaves a mark, perhaps it is not a wound, but another way to hold the light. The crack in the teacup never asked to fade, golden in the silence, gentle in its age. the paper, then wandered down the lane. Even the shadows seemed in no hurry. Someone swept the doorway, one leaf at a time. Not because it mattered, but because it was today. The scent of cedar wood rose with cooling air. The street grew softer without a single word. Evening never arrives all at once. The lantern waited long before it shone. Perhaps that is how gentle things become beautiful. Not by shining first, but by waiting without fear. The wooden sign moved just enough to sing, no louder than the wind passing through the street far away. A bicycle bell faded into dusk, leaving only space for the silence after. If light has patience, maybe we can learn from paper and a single flame. The lantern waited, and when the evening came, it never tried to brighten the whole street, only the doorway before it. One lantern, one street, one quiet evening. Sometimes that is enough. Morning found the branches almost bare at last. Only one small maple leaf still welcomed the dawn. Mist rested on the garden like a whispered prayer. The stone path held the silence as gently as the light. No wind asked it to hurry, no tree begged it to stay. The mountain watched in stillness without choosing either way. The sky became a little blue above the temple roof. Even time seemed softer than it had been before. Not everything that remains is afraid to leave. The last leaf didn't fall, it simply meant the morning holding nothing except its quiet place between the branch and dawn. was never raining, yet morning still arrived. The autumn air grew thinner, winter stood nearby. Neither one was stronger, they simply took their turn. If seasons can trust each other, perhaps so can I. The last leaf didn't fall until the sun had warmed the waiting earth, and quietly without farewell it joined the others already resting below. The branch is empty, the tree is whole. Some endings arrive without sadness. A quiet lamp remained where evening used to sit. Its gentle amber circle rested on the woven floor. The window welcomed autumn without a single sound. The curtain barely moved, yet somehow changed the room. A folded cotton blanket kept the shape of warmth. The teapot near the shelf still carried traces of steam. No voices filled the hallway, no footsteps crossed the wood. Only the patient rhythm of the house breathing slow. Some rooms remember without holding on. The light stayed on the tatami long after midnight came, not to brighten the darkness, only to remind the heart that warmth can remain even after silence. The grain within the cedar caught the fading glow. Every quiet season had settled into wood. Outside the wind grew colder, inside the air stayed kind. Nothing needed changing, nothing asked for more. If peace has a home, perhaps it begins with one small light left on for no reason at all. The light stayed on the tatami until the stars grew pale, not because someone returned, but because some kindness paper screens of light. Every leaf became a brush, painting silence into gold. I turned another page, but never read the words. The sunlight wrote a story no book could ever hold. A breeze crossed the garden without asking where to go. The bamboo answered softly, then returned to stillness. Your bookmark stayed between the same unfinished lines, as though some thoughts were happier, left gently incomplete. Light keeps changing without regret. Perhaps we can too. The shadow of a maple moved across the room, not to follow time, but to remind the light. Nothing asked to stay, nothing tried to leave. Even passing moments found a place to breathe. Dust became a constellation, floating through the air. Every quiet particle caught a little morning. The old clock kept moving, yet no one watched its hands. Some hours become deeper when no one counts them. If memory has a color, perhaps it is an amber or gold. Perhaps it's the moving shadow of a maple leaf across a wooden floor. The shadow of the maple never truly stayed. Still I carry pieces of its quiet dance, not inside my eyes, but somewhere life grows slower when we learn to notice light. The page remains open, the sunlight has moved, the story continues without another word. The first bell found the evening, then gently slipped away. Its echo touched the mountains before becoming air. No one reached to hold it, no one called it back. The night received its ending without a single word. Moonlight crossed the courtyard like water over stone. The pine trees kept their shadows close against the cold. A paper door half open breathed with the autumn wind. Even empty hallways felt cold. quietly alive. What if silence is not the absence of sound, but the place where meaning arrives? Between two distant bells, the heart learns how to listen, not for answers, not for memories, only for the quiet that has always been there. The lantern near the gate burned smaller than before, yet every passing moth still found its gentle light. A slave brushed cedar wood as someone turned to leave. The fragrance stayed behind long after footsteps faded. I came here looking for a voice instead. Kyoto taught me to hear the spaces between them. Between two distant bells, I finally understood. Peace doesn't arrive like thunder, it settles like evening dew upon a maple leaf before anyone notices. Was never empty, it was waiting. Tonight the path was empty, but the dead were drifting weird. Tonight the path was empty, except for drifting leaves. The stones remembered footsteps, no longer there to hear. The wind crossed through the branches without a place to stay. Still somehow when it found me, it almost spoke my name. A paper screen was glowing behind a distant home. Someone poured another cup. The kettle sighed once more. The river carried starlight and pieces not as one. Even broken reflections still belong to the moon. Nothing ever asked the wind to remember, yet somehow it did. The wind borrowed my name only for a moment, long enough to show me I was never standing still. Every falling leaf knew when to let the branch go. Perhaps that is why they dance. The night grew almost silent, enough to hear my breath, enough to hear the distance between the past and now. I did not cross that bridge to leave some myself. If tomorrow cannot find me, let it follow the cedars and the quiet river and the autumn wind that already knows the way. The wind borrowed my name, then gently gave it back. Not the one I carried yesterday, but the one hidden beneath every quiet season I had lived through. The leaves kept falling, the wind kept moving. For the first time, I did not ask it to stay. The incense drew a line through the afternoon air, never straight, never lost, only rising until it couldn't be seen. A maple leaf touched stone without a single sound. The temple never noticed, it simply stayed. Someone folded a prayer and placed it into silence, not asking for tomorrow, only thanking today. The cedar carried fragrance far beyond the gate, long after footsteps had disappeared. Perhaps the gentlest things travel the farthest when the incense faded. The room remained the same, yet something soft had changed inside the quiet. Nothing asked to linger, nothing feared goodbye. Even empty air remembered how to breathe. A cup of warm tea waited beside an open book. Neither one complained about the passing light. The wind crossed through bamboo without leaving a trace. Still every leaf moved together. What disappears isn't always gone. Sometimes it becomes the way a place is remembered. Oh, when the incense faded, evening gently came, not to end the day, but to soften it. The temple kept its silence, the mountains kept the sky, and I carried home a fragrance no hands could hold. The last thread of smoke became invisible, yet the room never felt empty. stone cold before I took a sip. Morning settled softly on the wooden floor. A maple leaf drifted past the open frame, as if the wind already knew your name. Steam became a memory floating through the light. Nothing asked for answers, nothing needed more. The garden kept its silence like an old refrain. Every little moment felt like autumn rain. Some words bloom too early, some hearts bloom in quiet. Where the tea became cold, time forgot to run. Morning stayed beside us like a gentle sun. No promises were spoken, none were left behind. Some days find forever by asking nothing of time. A sparrow crossed the rooftop without a sound below. Bamboo leaves were dancing to a wind too soft to see. Your sleeve brushed past the table like a passing breeze, leaving warmth in places words could never reach. One cup still waiting across the cedar grain, neither full nor empty, only quietly there. The kettle gave a whisper, then returned to stillness, as though even water knew when not to speak. If tomorrow changes every winding road, let this quiet morning stay inside my soul. Not as something borrowed, not as something gone, but like autumn sunlight resting on old stone. Where the tea became cold, morning learned to stay. Every falling maple carried light away. No goodbye was needed, no beginning planned. Some hearts meet forever with an untouched hand. The cup is still warm, the garden is still breathing outside. Another leaf falls inside. Nothing needs to be said. The bell rang only once, then the hillside answered back, not with another sound, but with a deeper quiet. A single maple leaf turned slowly in the air, as though the wind itself had nowhere else to be. stone steps held the warmth of sunlight almost gone. Someone closed a wooden door so gently I looked up. Even silence seemed to bow before the dusk. Nothing asked to be remembered, still everything remained. The bell rang only once, yet evening stayed for hours. Not because time had slowed, but because no one hurried. The sky changed without asking, the leaves fell without fear. Some moments become home simply by being here. Tea steam crossed the window, then vanished into light. No one reached to hold it, no one called it lost. The cedar breathed its fragrance into the cooling air, as though the trees had learned to speak without a voice. If I carry anything, let it be this quiet. Not the bell, not the leaves, but the space they left behind. The bell rang only once, still I hear it now. Not in my ears, but somewhere life grows softer when we stop trying to answer everything. The wind moves first, then the leaves, then nothing. Kyoto is enough. The cedar kept the rain long after clouds had gone. Its quiet scent rose slowly from weathered wooden walls. The stones beneath my feet still carried cooling water. Moonlight never hurried across their silver skin. A paper lantern trembled, though nothing stirred the air. The night was full of breathing, too gentle to be seen. From somewhere down the lane, a kettle softly sang, then folded back into silence like steam against the dark. Some memories have no picture, only a fragrance returning when the world grows still. Before the cedar forgot the rain, the night remembered everything. Not with words, not with echoes, but with the quiet warmth left behind in wood and wind. My sleeve brushed damp and cedar, cool against my hand. The grain beneath my fingers felt older than the moon. A single drop fell gently from the temple roof, breaking one small circle upon the waiting stone. If I ever miss this night, it won't be the streets or even the falling leaves. It will be the scent of rain, still living inside cedar. Before the cedar forgot the rain, I finally understood. Some places stay with us not because we remember them, but because they remember us. The rain is gone, the cedar knows. I close my eyes. Kyoto is still here. The lanterns dimmed one by one along the narrow street. No one called the evening back, it knew where it belonged. The river kept reflecting stars without trying to hold them. Even the smallest ripple trusted where it would go. The wooden gate was half asleep, its shadow crossed the stone. Someone placed their shoes in line, then quietly stepped inside. I paused beneath the maple tree, not searching anymore. The night had already given me more than I could name. Perhaps home was never waiting at the end of the road. I found home in the quiet between one breath and the next. Not in a place, not in a person, but in the gentle way my heart stopped running. The autumn air grew colder, yet somehow felt more kind. A single paper window held a circle of warm light. I smiled without a reason, the way the river bends. Not because the journey ended, because I no longer wished to hurry. If tomorrow asks who I became, tell it I learned from trees that never chase the wind. I found home in the quiet where nothing needed fixing. The night didn't change me, it simply waited until I became still enough to hear myself. continue. This time they sound like home. Steam rose without haste. Sunlight crossed the wooden floor as though it knew the way. The maple by the window held only empty branches. Still they welcomed every breeze as if nothing had been lost. The kettle hummed so quietly, it almost sounded like rain. A small bird found the garden wall, then greeted the waking day. The chair beside the table needed no one to explain why peace can fill a room before a single word is spoken. The seasons never promised to remain, only to return in another form. Morning poured another cup, and I no longer counted yesterday. The warmth within my hands was enough. The light upon the table was enough. This ordinary morning was enough. The window welcomed daylight, the way old friends arrive. No fanfare, no farewell, only quiet understanding. The leaves had finished falling, winter waited far away. Between them lived this morning, gentle, clear, complete. If someone should ask what Kyoto gave to me, I would answer nothing. I simply learned to notice everything. Morning poured another cup, the steam disappeared into light. Not because the story ended, but because another day had already begun. The heart needed nothing more. The tea has grown warm. The window is open. The city is awake. Thank you for walking this far with me. The book was left open where the light came to rest. A single jinko leaf held the place instead. No note beside the page. No name upon the cover, only afternoon breathing through the room. Dust turned in the sunlight like quiet thoughts unseen. The chair across from mine faced the window still. The tea had lost its warmth without asking why. Even time seemed careful not to close the page. Some stories remain because no one finished them. The book left open asked for nothing more. Every unwritten ending made the silence whole. Perhaps what stays with us isn't what we read, but the gentle space between one page and the next. Outside, a bicycle passed without a sound. Its shadow crossed the floor, then quietly was gone. A breeze turned one more page. No hands reached to stop it, as though the autumn wind had chosen where to read. I used to think every story needed an ending. Now I wonder if some pages are beautiful because they remain open. The book left open, never asked to close. Its quiet conversation still lingers in the wood. Some people leave us words, others leave us ways to notice light falling gently across an unfinished page. The window remains open, the page remains open outside. Another leaf turns inside. So do I. The river kept moving without looking behind. The bridge held every footstep without keeping a name. Evening gathered slowly between the wooden rails. The water carried colors no hand could ever hold. A kingfisher crossed the stream, then vanished into reeds. Nothing tried to follow, nothing wished to stay. The mountains watched in silence, as they always have, patient as old cedar, listening to the wind. Some roads do not lead away, they lead within. The bridge that never asked still welcomes welcomed every soul, not to change who they were, but to soften how they walk. The river never hurried, yet it reached the sea. A child laughed in the distance, then the sound became the breeze. The ripples held it gently before letting it go. My hand touched weathered cedar, smooth from countless years. Time had polished kindness into every grain. I thought I came here to see Kyoto. Perhaps Kyoto was quietly seeing me. The bridge that never asked needed no reply. Every crossing left behind a lighter heart than the one that first arrived alive. The river keeps flowing, the bridge keeps waiting, and somewhere between them I become a little quieter. A line of quiet gold crossed the porcelain white, not hiding what had broken, only holding it with light. The tea still carried warmth, the hand still knew its shape. Nothing asked the morning to become yesterday. The owner rinsed it slowly, as though greeting an old friend. Each careful little movement needed nothing to explain. Outside, the evening settled on the narrow stone lane. Inside, the kettle whispered like familiar rain. Some things are healed without pretending they were never heard. The crack in the teacup caught the lantern's glow, not despite the fracture, because of where it showed. What remains with kindness needs no perfect form. Even broken circles can still keep us warm. Another cup stood waiting, new or smooth, untouched, yet every evening ended with the older one in hand. The maple at the doorway had lost almost half its leaves. Still the branches welcomed every passing breeze. If time leaves a mark, perhaps it is not a wound, but another way to hold the light. The crack in the teacup teacup never asked to fade. Golden in the silence, gentle in its age. I no longer search for the life I almost knew. This cup still carries warmth, and somehow so do I. The tea grows cooler, the gold keeps shining. Some stories are mended, not erased. A lantern waited beneath the quiet eaves, not asking for the evening, only resting in the light. A breeze touched the paper, then wandered down the lane. Even the shadows seemed in no hurry. Someone swept the doorway, one leaf at a time. Not because it mattered, but because it was today. The scent of cedar wood rose with cooling air. The street grew softer without a single word. Never arrives all at once. The lantern waited long before it shone. Perhaps that is how gentle things become beautiful, not by shining first, but by waiting without fear. The wooden sign moved just enough to sing, no louder than the wind passing through the street. Bicycle bell faded into dusk, leaving only space for the silence after. If light has patience, maybe we can learn from paper and a single flame. The lantern waited, and when the evening came, it never tried to brighten the whole street, only the doorway before it. One lantern, one street, one quiet evening. Sometimes that is enough. Morning found the branches almost bare at last. Only one small maple leaf still welcomed the dawn. Mist rested on the garden like a whispered prayer. The stone path held the silence as gently as the light. asked it to hurry, no tree begged it to stay. The mountain watched in stillness without choosing either way. The sky became a little blue above the temple roof. Even time seemed softer than it had been before. Not everything that remains is afraid to leave. The last leaf didn't fall, it simply met the morning holding nothing except its quiet place between the branch and dawn. A sparrow crossed the courtyard, then vanished into light. The bell was never ringing yet, morning still arrived. The autumn air grew thinner, winter stood nearby. Neither one was stronger, they simply took their turn. If seasons can trust each other, perhaps so can I. The last leaf didn't fall until the sun had warmed the waiting earth, and quietly, without farewell, it joined the others already resting below. The branch is empty, the tree is whole. Some endings arrive without sadness. Quiet remained where evening used to sit. Its gentle amber circle rested on the woven floor. The window welcomed autumn without a single sound. The curtain barely moved, yet somehow changed the room. A folded cotton blanket kept the shape of warmth. The teapot near the shelf still carried traces of steam. No voices filled the hallway, no footsteps crossed the wood. Only the patient rhythm of the house breathing slow. Some rooms remember without holding on. The light stayed on the tatami long after midnight came, not to brighten the darkness, only to remind the heart that warmth can remain even after silence. The grain within the cedar caught the fading glow. Every quiet season had settled into wood. Outside, the wind grew colder. Inside, Perhaps it begins with one small light left on for no reason at all. The light stayed on the tatami until the stars grew pale, not because someone returned, but because some kindness never learns to leave. The lamp is still glowing, the room is still breathing tonight. That is enough. Morning leaned upon the floor, through paper screens of light. Every leaf became a brush, painting silence into gold. I turned another page, but never read the words. The sunlight wrote a story no book could ever hold. A breeze crossed the garden without asking where to go. The bamboo answered softly, then returned to stillness. Your bookmark stayed between the same unfinished lines, as though some thoughts were happier left gently incomplete. Light keeps changing without regret. Perhaps we can too. The shadow of a maple moved across the room, not to follow time, but to remind the light. Nothing has to stay, nothing tried to leave. Even passing moments found a place to breathe. Dust became a constellation floating through the air. Every quiet particle caught a little morning. The old clock kept moving, yet no one watched its hands. Some hours become deeper when no one counts them. If memory has a color, perhaps it is an amber or gold. Perhaps the moving shadow of a maple leaf across a wooden floor. The shadow of the maple never truly stayed. Still I carry pieces of its quiet dance. Not inside my eyes, but somewhere life grows. without another word. The third bell found the evening, and gently slipped away. Its echo touched the mountains before becoming air. No one reached to hold it, no one called it back. The night received its ending without a single word. Moonlight crossed the courtyard like water over stone. The pine trees kept their shadows close against the cold. A paper door half open breathed with the autumn wind. Even empty hallways felt quietly alive. What if silence is not the absence of sound, but the place where meaning arrives? Between two distant bells, the heart learns how to listen. Not for answers, not for memories, only for the quiet that has always been there. The lantern near the gate burned smaller than before, yet every passing moth still found its gentle light. A sleeve brushed cedar wood as someone turned to leave. The fragrance stayed behind long after footsteps faded. I came here looking for a voice. Instead, Kyoto taught me to hear the spaces between them. Between two distant bells, I finally understood. Peace doesn't arrive like thunder, it settles like evening dew upon a maple leaf. Before anyone notices, one bell, one breath, one autumn night. The silence was never empty, it was waiting. Tonight the path was empty, except for drifting leaves. The stones remembered footsteps, no longer there to hear. The wind crossed through the branches without a place to stay. Still somehow when it found me, it almost spoke my name. A paper screen was glowing behind a distant home. Someone poured another cup. The kettle sighed once more. The river carried starlight in pieces, not as one. Even broken reflections still belong to the moon. Nothing ever asked the wind meant to remember, yet somehow it did. The wind borrowed my name only for a moment, long enough to show me I was never standing still. Every falling leaf knew when to let the branch go. Perhaps that is why they dance. Grew almost silent, enough to hear my breath, enough to hear the distance between the past and now. I did not cross that bridge to leave somebody else. I crossed it to arrive as myself. If tomorrow find me, let it follow the cedar scent, the quiet river, and the autumn wind that already knows the way. The wind borrowed my name, then gently gave it back, not the one I carried yesterday, but the one hidden beneath every quiet season I had lived through. The leaves kept falling, the wind kept moving. For the first time, I did not ask it to stay. The incense drew a line through the afternoon air, never straight, never lost, only rising until it couldn't be seen. A maple leaf touched stone without a single sound. The temple never noticed, it simply stayed. Someone folded a prayer and placed it into silence, not asking for tomorrow, only thanking today. The cedar carried fragrance far beyond the gate, long after footsteps had disappeared. Perhaps the gentlest things travel the farthest. When the incense faded, the room remained the same, yet something soft had changed inside the quiet. Nothing asked to linger, nothing feared goodbye. Even empty air remembered how to breathe. A cup of warm tea waited beside an open book. Neither one complained about the passing light. The wind crossed through bamboo without leaving a trace. Still every leaf moved together. What disappears isn't always gone. Sometimes it becomes the way a place is remembered. Oh, when the incense faded, evening gently came, not to end the day, but to soften it. The temple kept its silence, the mountains kept the sky, and I carry home a fragrance no hands could hold. The last thread of smoke became invisible, yet the room never felt empty. The bell rang only once. The bell rang only once, then the hillside answered back, not with another sound, but with a deeper quiet. A single maple leaf turned slowly in the air, as though the wind itself had nowhere else to be. A broom leaned by the gate, waiting without purpose. The stone steps held the warmth of sunlight almost gone. Someone closed a wooden door so gently I looked up. Even silence seemed to bow before the dusk. Nothing asked to be remembered, still everything remained. The bell rang only once, yet evening stayed for hours. Not because time had slowed, but because no one hurried. The sky changed without asking, the leaves fell without fear. Some moments become home simply by being here. Steam crossed the window, then vanished into light. No one reached to hold it, no one called it lost. The cedar breathed its fragrance into the cooling air, as though the trees had learned to speak without a voice. If I carry let it be this quiet. Not the bell, not the leaves, but the space they left behind. The bell rang only once, still I hear it now. Not in my ears, but somewhere life grows softer. When we stop trying to answer everything, the wind moves first, then the leaves, then nothing. Kyoto is enough. The tea has grown cold before I took a sip. Morning settled softly on the wooden floor. A maple leaf drifted past the open frame, as if the wind already knew your name. Steam became a memory floating through the light. Nothing asked for answers, nothing needed more. The garden kept its silence like an old refrain. Every little moment felt like autumn rain. Some words bloom too early. Some hearts bloom in quiet. Where the tea became cold, time forgot to run. Mornings stay beside us like a gentle sun. No promises were spoken, none were left behind. Some days find forever by asking nothing of time. A sparrow crossed the rooftop without a sound below. Bamboo leaves were dancing to a wind too soft to see. Your sleeve brushed past the table like a passing breeze, leaving warmth in places words could never reach. One cup still waiting across the cedar grain, neither full nor empty, only quietly there. The kettle gave a whisper, then returned to stillness, as though even water knew when not to speak. If tomorrow changes every winding road, let this quiet morning stay inside my soul. Not as something borrowed, not as something gone, but like autumn sunlight resting on old stone. Where the tea became cold, morning learned to stay. Every falling maple carried light away. No goodbye was needed, no beginning planned. Some hearts meet forever with an untouched hand. Where the tea became cold, morning learned to stay. Every falling maple carried light away. No goodbye was needed, no beginning planned. Some hearts meet forever with an untouched hand.